Hello. Bruno, how's France? Did you collect any new bullet holes? I know how you love to be shot at. I'm teasing. I'm glad you're not damaged. Did you at least encounter an exotic temptress or two? Really? What was her name? What do you mean you don't remember? That's horrible. Of course, I'm famished. Are you buying? Then it's a date. Let's say Maximilian's in half an hour. Ciao. I'm not very happy, you know. It's not like I thought it.
I never promised it would be as exhilarating as your former trade, only that it would keep you out of jail and make it easy.
More wine?
You're the first female operative Unity has ever employed. The committee is old-fashioned. They need time to get used to the idea of a woman.
I know all that, but at this rate I'll be a bloody grandmother before they give me a real assignment.
You can always go back to burglary and pickpocketing if you can't live without a...
Damn it, that's not what I'm saying. I just want to be challenged. I'm sick of wiretaps. I'm sick of eavesdropping on boring strangers who may or may not pose some trivial threat to international security because they forgot to declare a ham sandwich at Heathrow. I don't have the patience.
It's never fun paying one's dues, but we all have to endure a bit of frustration and tedium now and then. Bill's...
I think I've paid my bloody dues.
Is that what you think? God knows I loathe sermons, but I'll tell you right now that you'll never stop paying your dues. Not ever. I'm sorry you're not happy, but you might as well get used to it. Nobody...
You make it sound like I'm some spoiled child. I'm not asking to be coddled. I just want a chance to...
You're right. I know it's been hard for you, but I'm confident you'll get your chance. All the petty politics...
They've done an outstanding job so far, haven't they?
You see? What did I tell you?
Probably just one of the committee members needing a babysitter on short notice.
Ye of little faith. I'll see you there.
Why don't we go together?
I've an errand to attend to first. You go on ahead.
Good afternoon, Miss Archer. They're expecting you in the brief.
Agent Archer, how thoughtful of you to join us. I hope we aren't inconveniencing you too awfully with men.
Not at all, Mr. Smith, but it's charming of you to...
It is not my ambition to be
Well, that's fortunate.
I would advise you to watch your tongue. Well, if it isn't the inimitable Agent
Sorry I'm late, Smithy. You're looking dapper.
Spare me the disingenuous flattery, old boy. It does.
I was being sincere. It was the one polite thing I could think to say.
You're still upset with me, aren't you? I assure you I have nothing against you personally. You've served us well for many years, but perhaps too many. I firmly believe it is in Unity's best interests that you retire from field operations, and I will continue to campaign to that end until you accept an administrative position.
I'm not upset with you, Smithy. I just don't like you. I do understand your concern, but just because you're too old for the field doesn't mean that I am. Until I'm declared unfit for duty, I will continue to prove it.
I retired voluntarily.
Of course you did.
Perhaps we should dispense with the pleasantries and get down to brass tacks.
Fine.
Lights, please. We lost another agent this afternoon, bringing the total to 7 operatives in 10 days. It is our firm belief that someone is systematically eliminating our undercover agents, which leads us to believe that the clandestine operations section has been compromised. It seems we have a traitor in our midst.
Do you suspect anyone?
We suspect everyone.
7 operatives? That's over half the active list. Why weren't we informed sooner?
You're being informed now. This situation has unfolded rather abruptly.
The assassin left a lily, a regal finale, to be precise, on or near the corpse of each victim. Mean anything to either of you?
Volkov. Who?
Dmitri Volkov. The regal finale is his calling card.
The name's familiar. What do we know about him?
He's a right bastard.
Anything more specific?
Just what's in his file. Born in Kamchatka in 1921. Distinguished himself as an academic prodigy and master chess player by the age of 8, by which time he'd also earned notoriety for refining various torture techniques on neighbors' pets. It seems he joined the NKVD in 1937 and served as some sort of disciplinarian in a gulag near Kiev. His whereabouts during the war are unknown except for a brief mention in 1943, when he was spotted by an OSS officer at Leningrad interrogating prisoners of war who would later disappear without a trace.
Ah, yes, I remember this fellow. We've had dealings with him before.
Sometime after the war, he emerged again, this time in the employ of Smersh. He's personally credited with well over 1,000 executions, spies and Soviet dissidents for the most part. In 1961, a failed assassination attempt left him without an eye. He was shot in the face at close range by one of our finest agents.
You flatter me, but I shouldn't have missed.
What do we know about harm?
Unfortunately, there's very little about them in our files.
Well, despite the obvious risks, we still have a job to do. In this case, a very important one.
Wet work.
Precisely. And after this recent catastrophe, the two of you are our only available assets.
To be perfectly frank, Agent Archer, you're only getting this assignment because we've no other choice. Matters of such delicacy aren't really the sort of thing we would usually entrust to a woman. Emotional inconstancy and assassination do not make especially good bedfellows, if you take my meaning.
Implicitly. But you shouldn't be ashamed. Administration is a perfectly noble career.
I don't think I like your tone.
I believe what Agent Archer means to say, Smithy, is that she appreciates the chance, however fortuitous, to demonstrate her abilities as an operative, and that she'll endeavour not to disappoint the committee. Isn't that so, Agent Archer?
Aye.
That's not what it sounded like to me.
Enough of this. Time is of the essence. Stop by the toy shop before you go. They've some new gizmos you might find useful. Don't dally too long, though. Your flight leaves at 6 p.m.
Where are we going?
Morocco. Agent Archer, what does HARM stand for?
I haven't figured that out yet.
See if you can't find out. And be careful, both of you.
Immensely.
Sure you're not bored?
I've waited nearly 4 years for this chance. I think I can endure another...
Good girl. You're growing up.
What do you make of all that talk of a traitor?
It wouldn't be the first time we've had leaky plumbing. Still, it's disquieting, to say the least.
It's happened before?
Once, a few years ago, we lost several undercover operatives in Istanbul. Turned out they'd been compromised by their chief's very own administrative assistant. He'd sold us out for a measly 50 quid.
50 quid?
Astonishing, isn't it? Trading men's lives for such a pittance. But spies are rarely well compensated for their treason. I wouldn't be surprised if this new mole is equally underpaid.
Well, I hope when they catch the bastard they put a bullet right between his eyes, and maybe a boot up his arse for good measure.
You sound ready to volunteer.
I'm dangerous when I'm upset.
That's why you're always in trouble. All right. Munro's headed for the cafe. Watch for him on the second floor patio, coming from the left.
What about the targets?
Not sure yet.
Pardon me, do you have the time?
No, sir, I do not have a dime, and I don't have much use for beggars.
Not a dime, the time.
Don't get snippy with me, or I'll have you arrested.
Are you deaf?
How dare you threaten me?
Oh, never mind.
Would you like me to call out the targets for you?
That would be lovely.
To your left, on the far balcony.
I want to go home.
But we've only been here for 2 days.
Straight ahead, to the right of the tower.
I don't like it here.
Why not?
On your left, coming out the door on the far balcony.
Boring.
Well, it is a foreign country.
I know that. But Canada's a foreign country too, and...
But I thought the reason you wanted to come here was that it is so different.
Yeah.
Why don't you try to relax and enjoy yourself? I'll bet you have a lot of fun if you just stop worrying.
Dad, burn it! Where's that dime?
You think so?
Sure.
Maybe you're right.
Of course I'm right.
To your left, on the
Let's
far
walk
balcony.
down to the Medina and see some sights.
Okay.
On the roof to your left. On the roof to your right. On the roof to your left. On your left, coming out the door on the far balcony. On the roof to your left. From down the street on your left.
Good for nothing!
Coming out the front door of the hotel. On your right, street level.
There must be a hole in my pocket.
On your right, street level.
Scum!
Coming out the front door of the hotel. On your right, street level.
Derelict!
Coming out the front door of the hotel. From down the street on your left. Coming out the front door of the hotel. I'll cover him for the next stretch. Get to apartment 12 and wait for my signal. Oh, and make sure to conceal your weapon, or you'll cause a commotion.
I locked myself out again. How irritating. I heard he plans to marry the American girl.
You mean the girl who refuses to wear shoes?
Yes, her.
I wonder if all American girls despise shoes. It seems very strange, but America is a strange country.
She may be crazy, but she is a
But you're invariably attracted to crazy women.
All women are crazy.
Not so loud.
Are you in position yet? He's on his way. Archer, get in position.